Alright, and hello. We're back. Again. I did not realize we'd start so late because I forgot I had a haircut thing. So it is currently 3:30. We're on a dot, so whoopsie. Supposed to start like 2 hours ago, but 2 hours, 3 hours ago. Again, I give a warning. Because whenever I say go stream up on time, I'm just like, it never happens, so something happens. I'm just like, oh well, whoops. But yeah, we're resuming the Archon quest where we left off last time.
Yeah, you! Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like
Oh god, I haven't
Invocation
put
TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up everywhere.
I don't like playing the TCG.
Hey, come on
it's just
now.
such a fucking,
What's wrong with
takes
finding
too
fellow
long.
Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join me for a game? Alright. No pressure.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this? Don't people usually come here to fight?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all the same in my eyes. There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi. Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could start by telling us newcomers some stories about this place.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you want me to just pick a topic?
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know if we've heard it already.
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've arrived? Ben, did you know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in the corner? There are two guys who are always skulking around in the corners of corridors gossiping. The bigger guy is Quisto, and the skinny one is Lavaroon. People call them the Bombshell Bros.
Is this a Mario reference?
I never really found their gossip very mind-blowing. It's pretty much just the same stuff that I hear about when I'm at work every day.
One's chonkier, one's just skinny.
If you're interested, you can go talk with them. They tend to talk a lot of nonsense, but they aren't exactly bad.
Good to know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though. To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that. A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up. I've never heard of that. Where did you hear about it?
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it. Do you have anything else you can tell us?
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time. You'll have to play a game of Genius Invocation with me first, though.
I will scream. I don't want to play the card game, man. I really don't. Like, I used to be like, oh yes, this is great, it's refreshing. And then you play so many rounds, it's just like, damn, this is fucking annoying to have to deal with freaking energy RNG and like freaking card RNG at the same time. I have some decks built up and something I'm trying to level up here. So, I think I have 2 decks I'm trying to level up currently. But it's just like, I don't know. I just can't deal with the freaking. There's a reason why I fell out of love in freaking card games, because it's just literally just if you don't get the card you need in this situation, you just fucking lose.
Look, there are some people talking over there. Let's listen in on the conversation.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better. Once a criminal, always a criminal. We're marked for life.
I don't buy that.
Hey, How cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
What kind of filthy bilgewater you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer hole with talk like that. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you ask me. Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as you is so confident.
Wait a minute. This guy's fucking bulked up. You're like a freaking Twigs.
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld. Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were
Just
living
like
up there.
Balrog.
Is that only something the inmates down here say? That's true.
Sorry, I'm managing inventory at the same time here. One moment. That's trash. That could be safe or something.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Okay, inventory management done. There's like a was it double drop grinding event in one of the other games, and I just need to auto it. So, every so often I'm gonna stop, or if we have a good stop point, I'm just gonna stand there for a few seconds and to set up my auto again. So.
There's a group of people over there.
It's the Mario
Let's go
Bros.
listen in.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah, fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You kidding? How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry, we're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular.
So, you two really like to gossip? Whew, you sure know how to embellish.
No, you don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that? Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say something to massage his ego. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious. Paimon can still taste it whenever she closes her eyes.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
Oh, wait, so you know about the mystery meat, right?
So you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen carefully. This little bombshell will help you learn what's really going on here in the fortress.
Mystery meat? Yeah, some kind of like weird like what is it? There's this kind of weird like purple meat that they tried to feed us, but we didn't eat it. It looks like some kind of abyssal creature meat.
Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The
like all
overworlders
purple
couldn't
and
care
shit.
less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them. You've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
I just realized my phone ran out of battery.
Those who have the Duke's
Hellboy
attention get all
visions.
kinds of special perks, even better treatment in the infirmary.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right?
God dang it.
I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask me, he's just faking it to get out of work.
But did you know that Jurier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no
I had
denying
computer
that.
problems.
I don't
Ah,
care
something
if he
wrong
was
with
a
your
researcher
GPU
that
if
could turn
I
dirt
remember
into Mora.
correctly.
Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like
But
everybody
now
else.
I'm not. Oh, it's CPU. Okay, I could have sworn it was like a GPU. Or was it? I don't even remember anymore.
Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right?
Oh, the audio.
Guess
So.
that's just how
I
terrible
feel,
of
it
a
just
guy
sounds like the
he is.
motherboard's like
You
broken.
mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think of it, I always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days, too.
Wait a second. You don't think?
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it's really hard to imagine.
Because like that's the only thing that can cause like an audio issue.
After
Really.
all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Jurier to a pulp that one time. And we might be overthinking things.
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Okay, as well as I don't remember where exactly that is. It's relatively new. Okay. Well, I feel like the motherboard's old. I think mine's like pretty fucking old though. Mine still has like the weird like old pins for like the mother like not the, what is it for the keyboard and audio stuff. Like it has like the big like purple and like green circle things. I don't know what it's called. It's a freaking it's a freaking hole. That's like really old. Like I don't use ASUS. I think like ASUS stuff is I use like a gigabyte stuff because this has literally lasted for so long. At least for motherboards.
Huh?
I feel like I know I put my parts in the description. Mine's like really
That
old.
look in your eyes. You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of information.
Oh, as
PCI.
expected
Oh,
of
you
the
have an
legendary
audio card?
duo, you have my full and undivided attention.
Wait, why do you have an audio card? Like usually the people that have audio cards are like freaking sound engineers or some shit. Like even like that's so no, I don't think anyone really has an
Never
audio
guessed that
card.
myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and
Unless you do, like,
Master Child
mixing or
probably
some
went
shit.
missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts.
I like to equalize my
Father told me
audio.
that
I would love to
even though
do that
Master
too,
Child said
but
he was
I'm just too
coming to
smooth for
Fontaine
that.
for a vacation,
Or
he
I don't have
actually
enough
had
room
some
to set it
personal
up.
reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to test someone with
I can't
professional
go back.
diving
Yeah,
skills to chase
it's probably
after him.
great. I would love to separate my audio
Well, when you
too.
put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine
I would
be
love
up
to
the
like. I
task.
feel like it would help my stream a lot, so I can separate like freaking like DMCA music and just remove it from the VOD. Because like right now I'm just capturing like desktop audio output and stuff like the game or something. Like I would love to separate the two audios.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain. Honestly, I'm far more impressed
Separate
by
my
you
audio to
guys
Twitch
managing to
Studio,
collect all this
really?
information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to retrace
I don't think I
Master
used that
Child's
program.
original route. And
Like all I
if he's to
really
do
use is
that,
OBS
he'll have to
Studio.
set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now.
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too.
Yeah, it's just like I try like separating the audio, but something always goes
There's
wrong.
just one last thing we'd like your help with. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the investigation of the Forbidden
Yeah,
Zone.
that's why I didn't want. Like, I was
Fremine's
archive
no
all my
master of
streams to like
disguise.
YouTube as well.
Lynette's still working on
So
getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need
that's
to
why I don't
spend
play
some
like
time
DMCA
helping
content,
Fremine
or like I don't
prepare for
like
his
do
diving
reaction
mission.
streams
So,
that are archive.
you are the only ones we can count on.
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
'Cause I feel like reaction content is just like the most
Well,
scummy
I won't
thing. 'Cause
call
you just
it
sit
easy
there
per
and just
se,
do nothing.
but
You just
I
like
think you'll be
parasite
able
off
to
someone's
pull
like
it
hard
off.
work.
Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first. My apologies, I just started rambling out of habit. It was almost as if I was talking to my younger brother.
But
Huh?
that's not a bad thing, right?
What if I'm the big dog?
All right, then we'll hang out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here again in 9 days. Stay safe.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Right. I feel like it's not impossible.
Oh. It's a
Okay.
bit hard to understand them from here, so why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, it should be. I saw that sit like maybe a one day copium. Jesus.
Someone, please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed
Wait, can't you just see through her lie though? She's literally a mouse person.
Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, Traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
Also, honestly, he's just Pico.
I see now. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here?
Huh?
And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here. How strange. What about here? Does this hurt? Oh, I understand. So that's what it is. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides to act up. So
Wait, that's
what
it?
is. Thank goodness it's not anything more
I mean, she
serious.
does have a hydro vision. Or whatever. I forgot. Is it hydro? I forget. She is literally the 7% of your body is made out of water.
Head chef, Mr. Wolsey, if this problem as soon as possible.
And like, was it the mouse people have like freaking OPIs or some shit? I forgot what they. They don't even explain what it is.
Why don't you take a
Just see
here
things that
while I
aren't
go get
there.
some medicine for you. Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after
Little
this
mouse.
new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
And she hopped away just like that.
X-ray vision, maybe.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
His stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone in prison
Oh,
too
here
is
we go.
useless,
Mom
you
and
know?
Dad are fighting
Though they may
again.
have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sishuing take care of the sick and injured.
It's flowing correctly. It's like freaking water. It's water bending.
Yeah,
Equal.
you're right.
Oh,
But did
I mean,
you
I
have
guess
to
so.
lecture me about it in front of another
It's like blood
patient?
bending as well, I
Aren't you a
guess.
patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her... you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at
They're
least.
literally just mom and dad arguing.
Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue over silly things like this!
But...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
It's a vent. We suss a baka venting.
Please allow me
Hopefully
to
my
end this
dummy
boring
thick
and
cheeks
useless
don't alert the
conversation.
guards to my
Oh,
presence
and Mr. Jurier,
when
I
I
don't want to
vent
see your
here.
face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so
Use an
I'm going
XLR
to get
plug on
out
my
of this
mic?
excessively
I have like
noisy
an
place.
XLR mic
See you
as
later,
well.
everyone.
But I don't think it sounds as good as my,
just
like,
slow
it sounds
and
about the
locked
same
off
as my
like
old
that?
one. Maybe because I don't have like a software or something to like program it better or like equalize it.
That's just what he's like.
It's
I'm
actually,
sorry
it
you had
sounds
to see
a
all
lot
that.
better too. I mean, not a
I'm
lot better,
Lorvine,
but you can
and
hear the
that's-
difference, I
Well,
think.
his name is
Copage.
Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
Little ass, yeah.
You really can't
Like,
stand him,
I used to
huh?
use like a blue Yeti. I fell for the trap of buying a blue Yeti. And goddamn,
can
that
you
was like
blame me?
horrible.
Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is?
And like the software I used to like equalize it was like the Logitech one.
But
Because
there's
I
no
literally
need
have
to
like
keep
all
dwelling
Logitech
on
gear.
him.
Yeah, Yeti's overrated. I use Audio
I'll
Technica
accompany
stuff
you two
now.
for a while. Miss Seashween should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine.
Because I did not know there was like freaking XLR thing. I was like, oh, this is better? I was like, oh, okay.
No, it's nothing.
So I'm not using USB audio equipment anymore. Except for like maybe headphones.
Did you rest like you
So I'm
promised?
freaking, like, I don't know. I tried using Razer products and freaking the other like thing that no one, I forget what it's called. It was, I
Thank
found
you for
it
getting
like
our medicine, Miss
Turtle
Seashween.
Beaches.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around.
I try a lot of audio stuff. I just like Logitech so much. I don't know why. Like,
should be
I have a lot
2
of stuff I
days' worth of
tried. Like
medicine
Razer was
for you.
freaking dog
Take
water.
1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest.
Turtle Beaches was like okay.
Miss Levine.
What the
I
other
left
one
in a bit of a
was? I
hurry
looked down. I was
just
like,
now.
I don't
Do
know.
you still remember
And
who
like, what's
discussed
the
the color
what's the
of the
other
pill that you
freaking
should be taking
headphone
today?
thing? That's like just a branch of Logitech.
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight. You'll benefit from a good night's sleep.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double check a few details, if that's all right with you. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead.
Okay, no, okay, it's none of those. Like, well, there's a branch of like, oh yeah, there's the other headphone thing I tried, the freaking HyperX thing. That shit's kind of like questionable.
Is there anything else? That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take
It
the
starts
meds?
with like hair or something.
No, his base
I don't remember. It's like a
constitution is
branch of
quite good,
Logitech.
so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods, and don't stay up too late at night. Got it. Paimon will hold the Traveler to that for
Yeah, I don't
sure.
remember what it is. I remember saying like people saying it's like overrated or some shit as well.
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest. We've been to lots of places together. He may look a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong. So you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry, he'll recover soon. Ah, you're awake.
Okay, it teleports back to Skyrim meme. Ah, you're awake.
How do really long time, but we never left. Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods. Thank you, Miss
Siegeween. Oh, there is a hatchback here. What the frick?
Seems like a lot of people have been coming down with an upset stomach lately. I'll need to address that.
It's because they're freaking weird abyssal creature meat shit.
Over here.
What the frick? Where's the dormitories? Is it above me? It looks like every floor kind of looks the same, so I don't remember where I'm going. This is so useful. Well, let me see. I could probably just Google up this sub branch of Logitech. It's like. Oh, there you go, Astros. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing I heard. Is freaking dog water as well. That's the freaking Logitech like sub brand. There we go, Astros.
Really are something.
I was like googling it up, and it's apparently own blue as well. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down the Adeptus Temptation now. Paimon talked with Siegeween the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and
Yeah.
Paimon didn't notice anything unusual.
That's
in
what
the
I
room.
remember.
Are you sure we're not going off track?
Like, I think
with
the only good
infirmary?
thing like Astros do is like the customization's like pretty deep, and that's about it. But like the freaking quality is pretty lackluster.
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Oh. Jesus. Yeah, I know the cut, like, it's like wireless, and like, what is it? It comes with like, its own like crazy looking like charge station. Like, it looks freaking insane, but you just like the prices. I don't think that it's fucking worth it for the customization.
Hmm?
Like, I need to buy new headphones too, because I want to buy ones where like it's easier to take off the pads
Did you two
and
run
clean
into
them.
any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
It was cheaper. Yeah, I don't think I need a studio headset. I'm not gonna do like audio mixing. I'll be like a lot of gaming.
That's good.
And I need
That
to know
means
where
you
like
didn't raise any
the like audio of
suspicions when you
gunfire is coming
infiltrated the
from if I'm
infirmary.
playing like an FPS.
We've taken a look
Or
at the
some
slip
kind
you
of shooter.
sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help,
as long as your auto
you've
check has
already
2
done more than
stripes.
enough.
Oh, I don't use An audio jack. I just use a USB for that one.
Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that
the
will fall
audio
on
jack
any
is like I
person.
can use it, but I'm pretty sure technically for my situation I need to use a USB. So
Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish
I
the
forgot
job.
what the reasoning is. I just remember I have to use a USB over an audio jack. I forgot what the explanation was. I remember like looking it up and doing research if I should swap over to 3.5. Because technically I could. And I have
So
like
that's
the
what Lynette thinks.
XLR thing. I can plug it
Paimon
into
hopes
my
everything's going well for her.
my little box for my XLR stuff as well, and make the audio sound a little bit better. But I'm sitting here like I forgot what the
Then,
reasoning
let's
was.
go check on Lynette before Fremine returns.
It'll sound better,
If
but like
everything
I
went well,
forget
then she should
what
be
the issue
wrapping up her
was.
investigation
I was like,
right
I'll
about
just keep
now.
on USB then.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations,
I
Siegewien always
believe
spends
that's one of
around
the
half
reasons
an hour
too,
away
I
from the
think.
infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Also, my headphones, like, oh, I think it's because I can't use the software from Logitech. I think I can't make my headphones glow or my mouse or my keyboard glow if I don't use USB. That's right. I think so. I think it's one of the reasons.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Yeah, I think I need to. Yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons. Yeah, I can't use the software. But I don't even use the glowing feature like on my headphones. I use it on my mouse and keyboard because I need to constantly see it sometimes in the dark. But like my headphones, this is like I don't really use it.
Lynette should be here right now.
You use it from time to time, but not frequently.
Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Siegewien isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make
Well, I
changes
keep
on the
it
fly,
on.
she'd find a way to let me know.
Like, what was it? The reason I turn it on and off is I don't need it during the daytime.
Unless...
But at nighttime when I'm playing I have like a little light in my room. I play in the dark, which is probably bad for my eyes. But I have like a little light, so it's like okay.
Okay.
And as long as it's not completely pitch black, and I have like warm colors on, so it should be fine. 'Cause I'll turn it off during the daytime because I'm just wasting freaking electricity. But when it's pitch black right now, you're a freaking eye. Like, as long as you're not fucking using a light mode, some kind of fucking freak. Like, there's some fucking freaks out there that fucking use light mode in a pitch black room. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the actual fuck? It's like almost if you don't want to use your eyes anymore.
Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Siegewien would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to
When they
understand her
open the
patient's
Discord,
emotional
that is
state?
literally fucking cringe.
Seems quite
Light
normal
mode
to me.
users are cringe.
These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Like you can't. They're probably psychos that eat pizza with a fork and knife, or like freaking burgers with a
None
fork
of the
and
beds
knife.
have any
That's
signs
literally
of having
giga
slept
cringe.
in. Except that one over there.
And I'm like, oh my god.
That's the one Lynette must have
Actually, you know
used,
what?
right?
Apply it
You
to
said she
any
was pretending
food
to be
where you're supposed to
sick.
use your fingers. Actual psychos.
Mhm.
And that's coming from me.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
Eat candy with a knife and fork moment. God,
Which
that
means
is literally
either
actually,
the head nurse didn't
psycho-
return the
that is
entire
actually
time from when
psychotic.
Lynette laid
Like
down
literally,
up
your
until she left the
fingers
bed,
are
or
nature's
the nurse
forks.
intentionally left it this way.
Like you look at your fingers, right? Like that's literally a fork. Come on now, like come on.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Don't panic. Proceeds to panic. Sir! We lost a potential waifu.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Is that all? The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Uh-oh.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley,
You have an S22?
he doesn't do anything without a clear
I don't
goal or
fucking
reason.
know.
So
This is a hand... Like, all my phones are hand-me-downs.
From the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over.
Is the
I have
edge
to
around the
stay
camera
calm.
sharp or smooth?
This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
It's smooth, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's like, it has a like, what is it? It's like, what is it? It has a little, like, slot, like, a little angle on it. I can't draw a conclusion. Has a little angle. It's like when you cut off, like, the corners of, like, the table, so, like, you don't hit somebody, like, with the corner.
But that means... the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Ah, yes. Tell the guy panicking to calm down. This will work.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Oh,
He's
there,
rushed out the door. After him.
there goes my hero. Usually never works. Uh-oh. Sashi Baka among
I
us.
feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Someone, please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Sussy Baka Among Us.
These two. As expected,
Warm color. Oh
they've
no.
already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic.
The actual. Oh no. Sussy Baka Among Us.
To read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Wait, this guy's cheating. Wait a minute. He has speed axe.
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
Oh god. Someone says flat soda is better. I'm just like, or like soda's better flat. Oh, I would fucking lose my mind. She was pretty. I mean, she has a little mouse. There's some fucking psycho out there that likes flat soda. That really negates the point of the soda.
Come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the Fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Then just drink tea.
Me into turn my head. No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now.
What is wrong with this
The hostages
person?
are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
Exactly.
It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Winnie!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the Fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the Fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates...
Like this
nor
other
has he
dude's
been
outfit.
taken
I
into
mean,
any
he does
custody.
punch the.
So
He is
where do you
literally the
think
warden.
he may be right now?
He is literally.
You can't mean... You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the Fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Like his whole kit, he was just punches you.
Diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
He has that drip.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just
He has a
happen to hear a thing or
cryo-vision.
two, that's all. In
I
any case,
mean,
I will be straight.
I don't like what is it when
I
they
was
keep
willing to
following
play
the
dumb
theme.
and
So
turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant
I
few
say it's
days
fine.
playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone,
because I kind of despise the
changed.
fact they fucking color code their outfits based on their vision. I'm just like, come on now, mix it up.
Mr. Linney,
So I like it.
the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in
As long as
my
like it
hands,
fits the
and Mr.
characters,
Fremenet
like
is still
freaking
slowly
personality,
being
or
pickled out
like
there in
what's
the
it?
brine.
Design
You know
is
just
just like
as well
that's
as
fine.
I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety.
I like matching colors.
I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her
no.
over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
It's like
I don't see
having
why
like
she would
like
refuse.
it's like looking at Star Rail characters and freaking color coding them. I find that freaking stupid. It's like having like a physical user that has like mostly gray. The element of that color's like gray, and it's just like that would be awful.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This
Like, I
place
understand
is
the particle
basically a
effects being that
no-man's
color for
land.
the element. That makes
It wouldn't be
sense. That
fitting
is
for anyone as
fantastic.
important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
But like the outfit has to be different.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Furina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me,
The
I won't
thing.
allow you to use
I mean,
us to
Paimon's just
blackmail
he's
her.
just literally emergency food. She has nothing.
You people
She's
are
just
really
there.
difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse,
Linny!
instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this
Astrovision.
falls on you.
I feel like she would still be useless then.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Oh, wait a minute. Am I is it thinking? Oh my god, it is thinking time. Dongo bongo time.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time? The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't
Who will see?
understand
Oh,
the
it's
value of coupons will spend them
Sijuin.
on Fonta.
Because she's look at the workers to see who's exhausted.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the
I'll go through all the
zone.
options before we
It
choose the
seems
right
like
one.
she can perceive the general state of a person's health just... Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it.
It's definitely the
company
third
must
one,
want a
by the
return
way.
on
Because she
their
literally just
investment as
stalks
well.
people and when they're working.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the Fonta promoter has been... I've been told that the infirmary is all... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that... The research notes said that the Melusine race According to Collins, the Pancration tournament... Fonta's internal report suggests
what's
that they're
there's a
starting
strange
a new
meaning
trial
here.
of an unnamed and unpackaged The Fonta promoter has been struggling. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives... Fonta's internal report suggests...
Maybe? Okay, I got one incorrect. Okay.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real According to Collins, the Pancration tournament... The Fonta promoter has been...
God dang it. What's this? None of these make
According to
sense.
Collins, the Pancration tournament only took...
Like, literally none of these make sense for this last
Research
clue.
notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result...
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed?
Because the meat doesn't look purple for her?
The hidden rule of the production zone.
Oh,
People are
how
not
is she freaking
supposed
whipped
to
on
work
that? Wait a
3
minute.
days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work.
Okay.
Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does.
She's thinking, right? Let her cook. It's her cooking you freaking disguise.
Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Oh god. It's definitely fun. Okay. We saw all
The
these
Fonta
already,
promoter
right?
has been struggling because he doesn't recognize
Yeah, okay.
the real value of coupons.
It's definitely one of the
Meanwhile,
Fontaine guys.
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament... The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very...
I don't know what this...
I've been told that the
None of these
infirmary
make
is
sense.
always The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real... The research notes said that the Melusine...
Oh wait, this is the
Fonta
answer.
promoter has been struggling because he...
Why does the strange world look the way it does?
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial.
I don't fucking know.
According to Collins, the Pancration... Fonta's internal
Okay, maybe this is
reports
here. And this one goes
According to
here.
Collins...
Oh wait, first try, baby. First try.
Ah, Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration ring is about how, people are not
I cooked,
supposed to bet
boys.
on
First
both
try.
monsters at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
Massive
final
brain.
question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley!
We don't have
you
enough
know
clues
that
for
we
that.
haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind. You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Siegeween. That was a fantastic shot.
You got tranquilized.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Siegeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Siegeween.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Tranquilized.
When Monsieur and Nervulet asked me to
My
come
little
here,
mouse.
he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulet told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Siegeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewin, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You...
I'm pretty sure Lenny's just maybe over jumping this.
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarand. My door.
Fremine. Fremine.
He's fine.
What's going on? What is Clarand doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
He looks exactly the same.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Oh wait, that means he's gonna get Thanos
Please,
snapped.
make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine more.
Wait, that means
checkup.
he's freaking Thanos
Your
snapping
Grace,
himself.
I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Yeah, the freaking primordial seawater, if anyone from Fontaine touches it, you get freaking liquidized. Like, you just literally just turn into water and die.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical.
Makes sense.
Of
No,
course,
you don't have
it
to
would be
drink
best
it. If you
stay
touch
for
it, you
further
die.
observation. Let's leave him here for now and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more.
You literally just die if you touch too much of it. It's only people from Fontaine, though. They haven't explained why it's only people from the French region.
Sorry.
French region.
I am aware that
Region?
the infirmary may
Jesus.
not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a
So like
single
the secret
clinic
they're
in the
hiding
fortress,
here is probably
however.
there's a rift nearby that's like spewing out primordial seawater or some shit, which we do like look at and see it because I climbed up there and
Ingest a
next to
large
it.
amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress. How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
I'm pretty sure Lindy's just jumping to conclusions because I feel like these two will never like actually like.
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are
Like, we'll
correct,
just
she should
kill
also be
them
waking
instead
up
of
right around
tranquilizing
now.
them. If they actually
You
see
must
them
not
as like an
believe me,
actual
but His
threat.
Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Like, who would just dome them and just like don't bother give them a chance.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. As you arrived
Jesus.
just a few minutes later, Sigewin may have been forced to shoot Mr.
This
Linney.
angle. Monka. Look at
How's
that.
the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
That's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
I mean, that means Child is okay though, because he's not from Fontaine, so he won't like dissolve and touches the freaking
Not
water.
particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Doesn't even look wet. She looks like dry for someone that's been swimming in the water.
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fermine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
It's just like they acted so sus when they had like good intentions.
I'm worried about him. Want to come with us?
This is really weird.
The Duke and Clarande are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
It's just
Miss
sussy Baka
Clarande will need a
event.
break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Sorry, I'm checked out my freaking farm again. I'm freaking farming because it's an event that gives me double drops, and the other. Actually, there's not double. I think it's like 50% more items, or is it double? It's one of those. And freaking gear crafting is a must in this type of game. So, Jesus, I don't want to. All I see is just. All I see is a dumpy. You know, maybe there's a bakery nearby. Me full on sprinting. I don't want to sprint anymore. I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Lenny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine, and you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me.
More life.
Really
I mean, it's
serious.
literally a full-time
There's
job
primordial
at this
seawater
point, and
mixed
you need to
into
catch
the
up to the
regular
recent
seawater.
content.
I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
I mean, child should be okay. Starting point. Yeah, my little bro spent literally his entire summer. Just to, like, he started Genshin in the summer, and he spent the whole time playing Genshin, and he made it to the
Seems
like the
this pipe
Samura
hasn't
region,
been used in a long
the latest
time.
like desert area.
It looks abandoned.
It took him so long. I was like, bro, he didn't like 100% everything yet.
Where
Like, he just
could
made it through like
Master
the story
Child
mostly.
be?
Do I play as him now? For Monet? I know that he's like a physical DPS. Like, I know how like his kit works. You press the skill, then you basic attack, then you get like full meter, and then tap your skill again. I think, or is it like it auto activates? It's something like that. He's a good like DPS, or like 4-star budget main DPS at least. Yep, that looks like cursed water, right?
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with.
Storyline. Oh, I see. How far are you into this? I'm assuming you're like in maybe Inazuma. Assuming that you haven't touched the or maybe the entry point of Samura, because you don't really enter the desert early in Samura. It's like very late into Samura. Yeah, I feel like Inazuma is pretty nice. But what is it? It just feels so weird. I mean, it makes sense because it's a giant, like, freaking ocean. Like, these, like, Fontaine swimming mechanics, I feel like it should be somewhat in Inazuma, but eh. The worst place so far in my story? Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass to navigate the islands.
Those obstacles while I turn it.
Oh, I see. So I need to lower this back down to rotate it. That's no problem. It's kind of painy. I feel like Leeway is pretty bad too, though. Leeway, it's pretty awful as well, because there's like so many like high mountains. I think that's like actually, yeah, I think I'd actually rather prefer like Inazuma over like Leeway, just because like, I don't want to deal with climbing. Like I'd rather just deal with the swimming. The swimming is at least there's no like, I don't have to use a lot of stamina to try and climb up one peak and jump down, and if I fall all the way down to climb back up. Yeah, like I don't know. I really prefer like on my tier list of like exploration stuff right now. I think like I'm enjoying Fontaine just with like the new swimming mechanics right now. I'm not sure it's like a honeymoon phase, but it's definitely Fontaine, then Samura, then it's like Mondstadt, Inazuma, and then Leeway. Because it's just, I did not enjoy climbing there. It's like Inazuma is literally just Leeway with fucking water. So I'm just like, this is pain in the ass to climb shit, and like, it's just imagine if they had like more water.
Okay.
But like, at least the water isn't that bad, because like, it doesn't go like up and down. You just like use a boat.
Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
What the heck was that? Someone like joined my teapot or something. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't find it that bad though, because I had like characters to deal with the freaking swimming. Oh, he's the light element? Oh shit.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them.
I wish he had equipped his diving helmet when he's swimming.
There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Light element? Oh, okay, so in Fontaine, there's the light and dark element. It's the Conria energy, lore-wise.
But I don't see where
basically, you're using abyssal energy and celestial light.
Wait, what the?
Yeah.
My heart is racing.
There's celestial light and abyssal dark energy. So.
What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Abyssal dark energy. I mean, like technically, there's like 8 elements again in Genshin, because Dance Leaf is one of the 8 elements. Jesus, I feel my health dropping like crazy.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
I say so kind of get that character. It's literally gonna be Dan Sleeve. I'm pretty sure. Like the first like abyssal energy character is gonna be Dan Sleeve, like pure like abyssal energy. He's literally been cursed, and like they literally when we got introduced to him, Mihoyo said he's gonna be rollable. So.
So in
there's no way like Dan Sleeve is like blessed by any of the Archons.
And you had no idea where
because he literally fucking despises them because of freaking conjuring lore.
Also, no obvious place
like, he respects them, but he doesn't want to like worship them.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had
that's
already
literally all
put some
conjuring,
distance
and that's why they
between
got
myself
fucking
and the
obliterated by the
fortress,
fucking Celestials.
and I just
Because
couldn't find the
they're like,
strength to
oh, you
keep
don't want to
going.
freaking worship gods? Fuck
I
you.
probably passed out some time after
Fucking
that.
obliterate them with a curse.
You know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Want to come with us, Lenny?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
And dark magic.
Lenny.
I mean, I'm pretty sure,
The
what is
part
it?
of my brain is aware
So
that
this is
we're
a normal
safe right
sword.
now, but I still
I'm
can't
pretty
bring
sure that's
myself
what
to
Dan
leave.
Sleeve uses. He uses
Both
it as a
of you
regular
are just
sword.
in danger.
I believe. Like, every cutscene he's in, he just uses a normal
Understood.
sword.
Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Was it personally I like claymores more, but like I like polearms in this game too, but there hasn't been a really satisfying like polearm character to use. Like out of all the weapons I love the most is like polearms. So, like honestly, like axes. There's no hammers. There's just freaking a pointy spear. I'm like spears are okay, but like maybe I throw in a scythe or two. Maybe what's another pole arm weapon that's nice to use? I like video games. I really like axes, but I think people freaking hate axes for some reason. I find axes like the ultimate weapon because you can like use it for like on enemies and chopping down trees. Want more weapon options? Then what is it? I feel like Punching Great Raven does like a very good job of weapon options. Or like even with Star Rail, it's pretty nice because they don't use the weapon system in Star Rail. They use like a class system. So like a character that's like nihility or like following the path of debuffs can use like fists. They can use like sword and guns. There's like more options for those.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition
I feel
is
like
stabilized?
Genshin kind of shot themselves in the foot with locking themselves in like in this weapon class system.
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
Cause like to make like a character that uses their fists in this game, they make the character a catalyst user. So
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
I've left my teapot.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten? Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start
I want to
with
reinstall
whichever one you'd
Genshin
like to
Star
get
Rail
answered the
Punching Great
most.
Raven. Ooh, catching all the eldest like me. Yes.
And Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
Not too long ago.
They
Understandable.
came here
Because
with
you did have
ulterior
PC
motives.
issues.
I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was
I like
part
her
of that
drip just because
crisis?
it reminds me of Bloodborne.
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
Super expensive in Genji. I'm pretty sure everything's a super
You
expensive.
make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant? Follow me.
I think we already went to the Forbidden Zone already, so...
Take it easy.
It's literally just like a rift. That's convenient.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
My phone's not fully charged yet.
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
It's getting kind of dark in here.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special. What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Wait, I want to play as the MC. I mean, good thing he's built, but...
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa. They all just went up one by
Go on, have a look.
The primordial sea water.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking? Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our
It's the
dashboard is
primordial
tracking
sea
something
water.
less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Furina displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us.
Jesus, this is
If
very
this
bright.
continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years...
This is literally just
grow.
England versus
As the number of
Australia.
exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be
Can we
sent.
not look at the
Now and
freaking
again,
flashbang in the middle?
researchers manage to break
Jesus.
one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third. Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are
They don't
trustworthy?
know. They don't know that the main pro
The
tag.
results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin.
Ed who?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not a local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
Boys being boys.
That taskmaster over
Blow
there
it up,
is
boys.
He's also one of my technical
No
consultants.
thinking.
While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Alright. So they're getting together?
There's another door that goes right up.
They're just being a little shy.
Your
That's all.
constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before.
Oh, are they trying to do a Noah's Ark this?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created
I know this from
his
Warframe.
nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen,
I think
have
this
a whole
era is
factory's
inspired by
worth of
Bioshock
labor,
as well,
materials, and technology at my
believe.
disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
What? They didn't give me an option. What's my favorite candy? I kind of, what is that? Kind of like a Reese's, just because like I like peanut butter and
I'll
chocolate.
leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think. Yeah, that's.
No worries.
Yeah.
But don't forget.
I can never go wrong with
You want to
Reese's.
share what you
But
just
like when
saw.
I eat it with like, if I eat like
What you
ice
do from
cream, I
here
prefer
on
like
out will likely
M&Ms
affect those 3 as well.
for toppings.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like the Knave wants to prevent the primordial sea. Like she's a good person, even though she looks kind of like sussy.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
When I bit into it? Oh. Do you have it like cold? Or was it like warm?
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
Room temperature?
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were
Yeah,
you
mine
able
wasn't
to learn
like
anything
powdery.
from Risley?
It was like actual
he
peanut
explained
butter.
everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sejuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly,
Where's Matt? I've never
Risley's
heard of this
attitude
at all.
changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest.
I've never heard of them
If I
before
had to
though. I
guess,
don't think they sell it
he
here in America.
probably
Maybe
has
they
something
do.
that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
Oh, I guess we shared that anyway.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Hey, we're not a clan, we're a family.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside. Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
That's it. I feel like I heard the fist candy before. Is it like freaking fish? It's shaped of fish? How's the Archon quest so far? It's been like I like how like the Risley, what's his name? Acted sus, and the little like Sejuani acted sus, but they had like good intentions. It's so fucking weird. They acted like, yes, we're gonna take him out back and just shotgun him, but they're like, yes, we're trying to save everyone. I'm like, okay. Giga sus. Crystal light candy? Is it called, I feel like that's like Swedish fish. Oh. Yeah, I would think we have these, but it's called like Swedish fish. It's called something else. Right, yeah. Yeah, we have these. Yeah, I ate these before. They're good. It's just like I just prefer chocolate. I'm just a basic bitch.
I feel like
it's called something else in America.
I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
One moment, I'm managing my inventory. Grinding multiple games at the same time. Okay. Highly recommended. Oh, maybe. It's just like I don't like eating candy as much anymore. Like, it's just like sugar is really bad for you. Really bad. And like, if you live in America, literally like, everything has like fucking sugar in it for some reason. Even like the freaking burgers have like sugar in them. I'm just like, why?
It's time for dinner. Welfare
Chocolate dip crisp. So chips, okay. I think.
Come on,
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Traveler and are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Claren's
Chocolate
dinner as well.
chips. Literally chocolate chips.
You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
The biggest portions you have.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon.
Truly, the man of quantity and not
No
quality
problem.
for food.
Just leave it to me.
So delicious. Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day.
Well, it's not a Kit Kat.
Feeling full yet? How's the
Fucking, I can't like eat Kit Kats anymore because there's so fucking freaks out there. I tell you that the whole point of a Kit Kat is to like break it and eat it, right? That's why there's a separated. There's some freaks out there just eat like take a bite off the whole bar. Actual freaks.
Delicious.
I would never trust this man with my life if I see someone do that.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just
That's
moved.
what I'm
Which
saying.
suggests that
Actual
you're feeling
freaks.
quite relaxed at the moment.
Sijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Oh.
That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well.
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Claren is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Claren left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Claren had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
It's just like they did it the most sus way.
Considerate and really thought everything through.
Oh, I just told him that he stopped. There's some
What we do
freaking
down here at
sussy
the
water.
fortress.
But
At
they
least
said
this has
nah.
been his Grace's
Tranquilize
style
the
for as
idiots.
long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos. Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Snap and crackle. I don't know what that even means. What does that even mean? What is that? You didn't describe it as like snack for me.
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sijwin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard
Chewy
that Risley
candy
invited
bar.
you to come down to help, and you saved Fremonade too. You sure work super fast.
The only thing I could think of like is like Chewy is like freaking
It
Snickers
was
or
child's
something.
play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs.
Yeah, I think we
And
do.
why aren't you eating with Sijwin?
Like I
at
don't
the
eat
zoo?
like candy that
Won't you
much
get bored
anymore
eating by
because
yourself?
it's fucking really bad for you.
Miss Sijwin was with you. And the Duke
I,
has
I think the
business of
most
his
like
own.
sugar I intake is like from like ice cream mostly.
Actually, didn't
That's like
Nadia
shit's
say
like
that you went out
gigabad.
for
Like
dinner
one
with her
scoop
as
is
well?
just like half your caloric intake.
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time. So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
If it tastes good. That's why it's the forbidden fruit.
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here. Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
Okay. So where's Where's Tartaglia? I'm assuming he's just chilling by the Primordial Sea area. Just vibing, because they're freaking his Hydro Vision just calling to him constantly. Whatever the voice is, Schizo.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed.
Why's my Alchemy?
Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yep. Why? I don't need this right now. I don't need to hear Paimon snoring, man.
Paimon wants seconds for free.
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop.
Oh, the freaking Primordial Sea is cracking through the pipes already, by the looks of it.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
Uh-oh. I don't think the water was dripping like crazy here earlier, was it? Situation Code Red! A voice for the MC? Yeah.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
Literally freaking the MC from Starro talks more than
There's
freaking
no time to explain,
Trevor.
mate. Goodbye.
He's truly Australian. He said mate. I thought we were
What's wrong with
friends.
these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Crystal and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Oh.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Oh, that means, yeah. We gotta go down. We're immune without Fontaine.
Oh no, it can't be that thing.
Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far.
Wait, that means I can't use Lynette. She would just literally die. She's literally Fontaine. Let me just swap real quick, just so I don't accidentally swap her to her. Literally just gets freaking Thanos snapped. I'm like, oh. Let me just arbitrarily swap over. The Lord.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
It's coming! Oh god! It's just everywhere. I would suggest not touching that.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, so that's supposed to more doors.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
It's literally water. Ain't no way.
That depends on us.
That's what I'm saying. They're just like, we must have a reason to have a cutscene here so we can flex our animation muscles. That's literally the whole point of that scene. It's just like, look how cool he is. Bat chess.
Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Furina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Furina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Yeah, it's just there to flex the muscles, honestly. Alright, Aqua, I'm here to make sure you're not completely useless. All freaking goddesses of water.
Look,
Completely
there are
useless.
tons of Tilly and Palais Mermonia people over there. The Knave is probably here already. We need to hurry. Are you two the Traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Furina to the best of your abilities.
This is like, I don't know what you can do against water. It's like with the cryo, it makes sense because it's freaking water. But what do you do with electro? With the cryo, it makes sense. We can slash at the water. We can shoot the water.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Furina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
Sure.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, Traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Greetings!
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Furina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Furina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
What kind of...
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
Wait, the cake is... Okay.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Furina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right?
Wait, I like how we just found out she's instantly sauced.
I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's...
Since we're talking about him, I feel
That's
like I should
quick.
add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Furina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you.
Yeah, kind of just
Against
stomped.
ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas,
One tapped
he
him.
just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
One moment, I am freaking sorting my inventory once again. I'm farming another. Wait, one moment. One moment, almost done. I'm freaking grinding. Resume. Confirm. Alright, there we go. Alright, my auto has been reset. Alright, let's see.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
Who are you playing? Don't worry about it.
I thought you would be happier to
If I say it's a turn-based gacha game that's like Star Rail, but somehow it's more competitive, I don't think you're gonna like it. Don't worry about it, because I don't want you to be stuck in this gacha. Like, if you think equipment farming in Genshin and Star Rail is bad, E7's kind of like worse. So.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
It's another turn-based gear farming game. Oof.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Yeah, they have like an event right now where I'm gonna double drop some farming equipment.
How
So.
do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
The Fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any
I kind of
proof
already
that he
said
surfaced
it,
safely?
so... I mean, it's also archived on my freaking YouTube channel as well. It's just, if you like Star Rail, and then you want it to be more competitive, then you play that game, because literally the end game of that game is like PvP against other players.
That is good news, at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his
I don't really like turn-based games.
Dear
Good.
Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were
Like
still
good
enjoying
turn-based
our time
games
in
are like,
Snezhnaya
oh,
together.
this is
Currently
very
admiring
difficult
the
to build your
scenery on the
characters.
streets in front of the opera house.
Because there's good and there's like bad ones. The bad ones like don't show you any information whose turn is going next. And it's just annoying to figure out like what your freaking tuning is.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
This is literally just them flexing to animate. They don't need to flex.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
I mean, he is literally
Sure
the
you
sea
don't need a
dragon.
hand?
Quite sure. Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
So... So are we still gonna, you know, ask where Child is, or are we gonna find this actual solution to the water constantly rising,
the
or...
inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed.
It's literally just dumb so they can flex their
Only
freaking
for now.
muscles.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
I mean,
So
it's
what
pretty
gift must
busted.
the loser give?
Literally Japanese voice actor, Levi. English voice actor, JoJo, Bruno. He voiced a lot more things, but I know him from freaking JoJo.
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm
Stacked.
thinking
Kit,
about a set of legal
stacked.
codices.
Design, stacked.
Wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Marmonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Furina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor,
I mean,
you have utterly
she doesn't even have her
failed to take
gnosis.
action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time.
Even if you look down upon me, you
Not
have
sure,
no
official.
right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved.
Sure.
Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Then I ask you, Miss Furina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself.
Okay.
They will only reveal themselves
This would
at
fill me
the
with
fitting
confidence.
time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Furina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Furina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Furina,
I feel like she doesn't really do
suppose you must have ordered him
anything. She
away to
really
take care of
doesn't.
some
She kind of just sits there.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Furina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve
There's sure a lot of cake
gratitude
eating.
You too, Paul.
I don't think Traveler can handle so much cake.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing this over as well.
Is she really doing anything? I feel like she doesn't
You are
do
welcome.
anything.
I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Furina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Furina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea.
That is, I mean, it's kind of on point. She can't, whenever like a problem occurs, she kind of just gets the freaking Hydro Dragon and take care of it. So
It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Paimon's coming too!
not taking like, dude. I mean, she kind of doesn't deserve any more cake. Let us. My cake. I get to eat freaking the knave's cake and not Furina. Or Traveler in this case, I guess. Take that out of context however you will. Freaking cake. It's just all cake. I forget my sprint key is not on that button anymore.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Uh-oh.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings.
Her legs are she's really like tall.
I know you just returned from the fortress of Mary.
I actually have no idea what was nice with feeding their members, honestly. You ever notice that all the like the waifus from Swiss Nine is just like freaking like 9 foot tall?
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Lenny.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Lenny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
Useless like Aqua from Konosuba.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine.
Literally following the step of all Hydro gods.
Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you.
God dang it. It's just like... Ah, yes. This kitty, though.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Oh, she did the thing that Signora did when you reach into them and yoink out the Gnosis.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you?
I
What
mean...
are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
Did he? I thought Nahida just handed over the Gnosis to, what was it, the doctor, though. They made a trade. Because they're like, she was like, I don't need, like, she was like, I'm going to shut down the, whatever, the internet, basically, for, Samura. Because the doctor had information for it. Oh, he tried to. Oh, I actually don't remember Scar trying to yoink that from Nahida. Because it wasn't even on her. It was like used to power the internet.
The fear in her pupils is genuine.
I actually don't remember
So
Scaramucci doing that.
after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone.
It was a
She was so
simulation?
scared that she could not sleep that
I actually
night,
don't remember
nor
that.
could she even bring herself to eat her cake.
I really don't.
There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the
That's
possibility
probably
that she
it
is
was
not
probably
the
that
true
boring that I did not remember that. Oh no.
Udex Neuvillette is actually the genuine.
Like, I remember him like trying to erase himself, and then that shit didn't work.
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Writhsley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a
I like all this
meeting
2D art.
I would like to
It's pretty
meet the
great.
Hydro Archon
Or like at least
and
it's like
Udex
ticking in game.
Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and Udex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
So is she just standing here reminiscing on her plan, or is she telling us this? I forget.
You should know the rest.
Okay,
Linny's group is
okay.
quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked
Okay,
the
she told
Hydro
him. It's
Archon?
okay. Just...
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Furina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I have now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Furina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Udex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now...
He's
he's
literally a dragon.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Udex Neuvillette or Furina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding
Real
the identity
Archon
of the
hard
god of the
carry.
land of
I
my
would just suspect the real Archon's literally just the
quite intriguing. A
the
catastrophe
freaking
looms,
justice
yet many
thing in the
secrets
freaking
have yet
court.
to rise
Whatever
to
the
surface.
freaking core is.
It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
Either like the Gnosis is completely broken, or like what is it? It's the freaking justice measuring thing. I don't
Ultimately,
remember what it's
though,
fucking called.
One must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Yeah, the Gnosis has to be there.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other. So I'll leave you to him.
Either that, or it might be like the like maybe like freaking the Gnosis is like like again, it might be broken, and that's the reason why the Primordial Sea exists. It's just like the Gnosis is like damaged, and that's why the water is freaking constantly being generated. There has to be something with it. Something sus in here.
Is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Furina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as
we're missing a lot of
expected,
information.
The Knave has turned up the pressure on Furina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right?
For Pete's sake, he's not.
That's just a speculation on our part, though.
Look at his eyes.
You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Furina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Wait, what happened to my auto?
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
It's just like...
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of...
We knew this a long time ago. But, you know.
Please do not be so surprised. Furina? My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you are able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
I mean, it is like the Gnosis is literally functions the same way as a vision, so... It makes sense. It's basically the dragon, like, the freaking Gnosis is you just force the powers away from the dragon to like a freaking Archon.
We'll see you another time.
Take
It's
care.
like, it's not optionally give, it was yoinked. Okay, I'm going to have to check my inventory soon because I have like 3 more, like, I think like 3 more minutes, the freaking auto farming will be done. Also, I swapped over my units for like no reason. I thought we were going to do like a boss fight for like some freaking water. Push back the tides! The water! Wait, let me double check what this word means. I don't know why every time I freaking seen it, it just sounds so. It's like bad. It's a bad word, but like it sounds so fucking funny. Oh. It's just like I hear someone say, I'm just like, that word sounds so fucking. That sounds so freaking silly.
Debauchery.
Debauchery. I know what it means, but like, it sounds so freaking silly. It's like freaking when someone like says anything like France like sound or French sounding and freaking Fontaine, I'm just like, that doesn't sound like a real word. Ain't no way.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
Where's Child? I'm just saying, where's our boy?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
You know, it would be also funny if they made like Child such particularly unplayable because he's like freaking dead or something. That would be like really funny if you couldn't use him.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorant in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all.
Yeah,
she's right,
banner.
and it's best not to dwell on it.
That would be so. That would be like so. Okay, it actually is entertaining.
We went back to the opera house and we met the
You guys
lady.
swiped them for no
You
reason.
met Father?
Yeah.
Did she say anything to you?
Foolishness.
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's
Excellent.
fantastic.
And she's
You
a
should
pyro
believe her.
user.
She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Wait, what's her delusion? Right, we know that her freaking vision's fire or pyro, but I don't think we know her delusion. I really, goddamn, I really wish like Child was like better though. Cause like I wish he like his ulti you can use his delusion or some shit. That'd be like so cool.
Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Winnie was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
Alright.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Stop.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious
I understand
cake
the
while you were
means
up
of
there.
cake, but like
How
please.
lovely.
How much cake can you someone possibly eat?
Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Double pyro power, baby. That would be kind of. That would be really weird, though. Double pyro power. That'd be like really strange. I feel like I should be the 2 separate ones. Cause it'd be like weird, like you have a blessing from the Archon already, and then you just get like another one, and the Archon's like, really, bro? I gave you my powers, and that wasn't enough for you. You had to get delusion for that shit too. For real?
Siegewing! Traveler, Paimon, you're back!
Let's see, I mean, well, I feel like it might be like Hydro though, right? Or it might be, what if it's like Cryo? Because we gotta think about personality-wise, because what every single element stands for. We doubled the power. I mean...
Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt? We're fine.
What is it?
But what about you guys?
Let's see, what would match her personality though? I feel like it just has to be Hydro or Cryo. Because, what was it? Ammo's freaking freedom. What was it? Geo's contract / duty. What was it? Electro's freaking eternity. Freaking Dandro's wisdom. Pyro is freaking conflict / war. But yeah, Cryo is love. So yeah, I mean, and water is justice.
A few people sustained
That was it, the
superficial
8th element, the
but that's
freaking
about the
abyssal
extent
energy.
of
I
the
have
damage.
freaking no idea.
Mr. Nervula paid us a visit. It was all
I have
thanks to
no
him
idea
that
what
we
element
managed
could
to
that
suppress the
possibly
crisis
be.
for the time being.
Like, look, I just see like people joke about it, like it's the freaking banhammer, which is kind of true. Technically, like freaking Connor just literally just got banned in real life.
We must also thank you for the help you provided.
So I'm just like,
How did Nervulet know that he was needed here? Well, Miss Sure Nervulet has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're
it would be really nice if it's like Cryo. Like, imagine if they made like delusions like usable too. That'd be so fucking insane. Cause like she was like self-proficient and proccing like melt. And melt is fucking crazy damage. Sorry, wait. My autos are done, so I need to restart this real quick. That would be such a power creep, though. I mean, that happens in so many gacha games, though, you know. I don't think they'll do it because it'll like break the game. Like having a character could be able to swap between like 2 elements and like mid combat would be fucking insane. Like you would like they could do the punching Grey Raven thing. Or like the Honkai Impact 3rd thing where like you tap your ulti to like swap between like stances, or you hold it down to use the actual ulti. Or like you tap skill to do something, or you hold skill down to do something else. Which is like the easiest way to implement like another set of skills.
If you're not too pressed for time,
But I don't think they'll do that. That's like too much fucking work for them. Even though the other games have this implemented.
just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Wolsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time.
Like the easiest way I can like tell this, like if anyone plays Impact 3rd, if you play as Bianca, think is done. Oh no.
I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Why is this little child trying to Riz on the Traveler right now? Get this sassy little child away from me. But yeah, like the easiest way I could think of is like think of Bianca, what the Fire S rank suit, where like you tap ulti, you build up meter for like your what's it, your ulti, and then you hold down your ulti to go into your burst mode, and then you keep tapping it again until like you do the execution for your ulti. That would be nice, but that's just too. I think that's not feasibly possible. Yeah, I'm probably explaining this poorly because I don't have the battle suit, but I remember how it works because I use her a lot because she's like really good. And I also enjoy like using Bianca a lot.
You guys are back?
Can I talk about Furina's kit? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Is it like spoilers?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
I feel like I'm kind of scared to talk about leaks because like MiHoYo technically they still like don't want you to talk about it. That's why they had to like leak stuff early. for like Star Rail shit, because like people can't shut the fuck up.
Ah, and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but
I
now
don't
you're
want
telling
to
me
get in trouble.
you just never left?
So, because if we talk about leaks, I'm just like, I won't say anything about it because I really don't want to
We're
get in
sorry,
trouble.
but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Hey,
weren't you super
People
worried
are already
as well?
talking about it, so I'm sure it's like fine. But like, she uses a sword, right?
Like that, yeah.
I haven't like I don't look at leaks because I'm just like whenever the character comes out, I'll draw my own conclusions how her kit works because I don't trust anybody to understand how the kit works.
I can still hear Quisto mumbling
when I
to the
tell people how to build, so
right. Do you think they made it out alive?
it's like when I was talking about Star Rail characters, I'm telling them that Blade is a bruiser. They did not understand what the fuck that meant. I was like, okay, if a unit scales off HP or defense, some kind of survivability stat, most likely they are a bruiser. And they're like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, imagine if you're a DPS, but you're also tanky at the same time.
Whenever he
they just could not wrap their heads around
I'm
it.
sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
And I told them, what you want to do is you build HP. Like, of course, you have to prioritize the HP stat because he scales off of it. But you also want defense percent instead of attack percent so he can survive. Because if you go into, like, I know he scales off attack percent for his damage as well, but since he's a destroyer unit, he's going to get focused and he's going to die. So you invest in of course you do like less damage, but you have a hella survivability, and you can just freaking solo content.
Hey, there's
Because
nothing
he's
word
literally
about
gets
the
free
prison
damage from
pals.
freaking just best
Is
survivability.
there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
He has two different skills. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
That kind of makes sense. She only has like two freaking different eyes. That's neat.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Oh, I kind of lose my mind. Like, I don't. This isn't like whenever people tell me to like follow like build guides and stuff. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know about this. Or like I should like post my build guides and like give people guidance. Like I feel like people ask me that a decent amount on like certain games.
Jurier, Miss Sijuin told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
So these two are dating.
That's no excuse for...
She does care. People happy.
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Huh? So they are like, so they're fucking. Ain't no way they not. Just ain't no way.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewin's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewin.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Nervalette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Nervalette's own fault for making Sigewin worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond
The
of
boy
picking out
literally
beauty
has like a
products for ladies.
mukbang of like water. The boy said, "Ah, yes, this water from Leewood tastes I forgot what they even said. What he fucking said. I was just like, "All right, stop. It's just my brother, and it's just water."
I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these
Has a more endearing taste. What does that even
Nope,
mean?
they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Can't be for real.
You may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Where I start taking. I like how we came here to help find him, but you still haven't.
Take it easy.
This is a part 3, right? There's no part. There's more, right? Surely. Surely there's more. We solved the freaking, or technically had like a, like freaking sticker patch, like slight patch for the freaking Primordial Sea, but. The #1 toy seller in Niza.
Surprise!
Jesus, freaking. Oh, sweats.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like, we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people.
So it's something for you?
Never stop
Did
traveling
I?
or stop meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool? You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward.
Oh no, we're doomed.
Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. Oh, Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Okay, the vision's getting kind of blurry. Another vision dream from child. Yup, okay. The narwhal! Oh, that's what you spoiled, the whale! Poggers! He's just literally just chilling in the freaking Primordial Sea with the whale, huh? Ain't no way. I was like, I didn't think about it. I was like, I don't know what the freaking whale.
Paimon wonders what he's been up to.
Well, I don't have time for you to
Paimon
leave
asked
the
so many
thing, so
questions
we're
about
gonna have
his
to
true
wait for this
identity.
tomorrow.
Let's go talk to him and find out.
I just want to unlock it so like I don't have to deal with it later. Okay, so that's the whole story. I mean, it wasn't even that bad. So I was like, what whale? What is this whale you speak of? Okay. I think I need to upgrade Jean's artifact. It gave me a few more like upgrade thingies. I mean, it didn't even like, it didn't make any sense. Yeah, and for the treat, excellent. Yeah, I'll do that next time. Like, I have like a few moments, I can't really do it. God dang it. Please. You open some more chests. Okay. Let's start a little bit on this world quest then. Is this... I can't wait. Look, like every time I see freaking Furina, or whatever her name is, I don't even bother remembering her name because I see her as just like Aqua. I'm not sure if anyone know who that is. But I just see Aqua, I'm just like, alright, I just... literally useless. She's just there to fucking be you know, Pepe laugh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, that's the easiest puzzle in my life now, ain't it?
And a trove of potential clues.
How big is this again? Okay, it's separated into like 2 parts. Alright, I mean that's not that bad. Copage. Watch as I use my unbuilt team against these enemies.
Gotcha. Busted. Take it easy. Here comes the catch.
Negative damage. I do wonder if Chow is... He's chilling in there. So... It's not like he's gonna fucking... like... be like liquefied because he's not Fontaine. And also the world... Oh god, the world because it's so fucking massive. Is that a fellow sacrificial bow used on Yellen, I see? Ah, brother. I mean, it's actually pretty good. Upgrade my blade? Okay. Is he actually, like, very good now? I still wish I can, like, know the freaking effect hit rate on the enemy, so, like, you can know how much resistance you want on your freaking tanks and bruisers. Seems, okay, I mean, that's kind of fine. 65% from the boost? I mean, as long as it's not like, again, like 1-2, 1-3 ratio and crit rate is ideally what you want, so that's fine. But you go to like 1-4, that's like a little bit too much. Also 7,000 HP. How much is your defense and your resistance? What's your speed? It's above 1K. Oh shoot. I feel like 1K is like really low though, isn't it? I feel like, what is it? My regular DPS with like no like, let me see. I need to go check. I feel like that's like really low though for like a bruiser unit. You can still tank a lot. That's good. And super endgame stuff, right? Like the freaking swarm shit and like freaking the elites. But yeah, on my launch, he uses the sacrificial bow. You level Yukong too. Still don't get Bronya. Like Yukong is like, she's good, but like she's just like really hard to use because you have to speed tune all your units to her. This is kind of unfortunate. Two Yangxings, two Wells, two Claras. Yet no, bro, yeah. It's a dark day, ain't it? It truly is a dark day. Wait, what time is it? I think I have to call it at night. Oh, it's fucking 6:30. I guess you're getting star railed, as some might say. Okay, your name is kind of sus. Feels like I'm saying something bad. Freaking, this name is just like, it's a few away from. Ooh. This is like, ooh. Say the line, Domi. Say the gamer words. Yeah, that's I think we have to wind down because I have to like get ready for work tomorrow soon. I need to look at my freaking Star Rail characters too, 'cause I'm pretty sure like 1K defense is. Maybe I'm misthinking it because I'm thinking of another turn-based game. Because a 1K defense is around like a normal DPS in like the other turn-based game. At least if you're not a thief. A thief, like you have like literally no defense. You have like 600 to like 800 defense, but you go hard in HP because how evasion works. Look at this. Look at this sword. I see people like they look at this sword and this ain't no way. I love like freaking weapons from events because people just see it and they're like, "Have you really been playing that long?" I'm like, "Yes." I seen that post. I was just like, "Oh, is it really that?" I have a problem. What even is that weapon? Damn. Only OGs know of this, huh? It's the it's the you get this sword from the event from Dragon Spine, I believe.
Do hope the
when Dragon with Spine first initially released. I believe. I don't remember exactly. Because I remember it was like Albedo. since 3 months, so I wouldn't know. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of like time limited like event weapons. And they're like really good as well. Like the sword I just showed, that sword's like really nice. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure if this, I know for sure this is like time limited. This freaking Festering Desire. Because you have to do this whole thing where you had to cleanse the sword so you can use it. Yeah, I have it right here. The Cinnabar Spindle. Yeah, this one's an event limited as well. Like, I'm not sure if this one's event limited. I know this one's event limited, I think. Like, this one's also event limited. This one's event limited. This one's event limited. This one is. This one is as well. This one is as well. This one as well. Katana's Kazuya's quest? Oh, okay. Huh, yeah. There's some of these quests I don't remember where I got these weapons from. I know for sure that I think the freaking giant fish sword is like from the anniversary. I think. I don't remember. Like whenever I see a post someone said ain't no way someone has this, I'm like, don't worry about it. But yeah. I think I have to do Call at Night here. We can't do like the world quest. Because what is it? There ain't no way I'm finishing it on time. And then like I have to do like world exploration. So like we'll probably resume the world quest and like Fontaine exploration next Wednesday. It's either that or what should we do? Freaking Punching Grey Raven stuff. I think like Honkai Star Rail content is gonna be like next week. It's pretty quick if you skip everything, but I can't skip the lore. But the lore surely amounts to some kind of world building. It's not purely just padding. It's kind of weird. I don't think so. Yeah, that's crit damage. Okay. Surely. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't really skip lore stuff. Like I think like some events I like it doesn't amount too much. I kind of like skim through it. But that's about it though.
Neutralizing threat. Over here.
There's just a freaking random freaking garden there. I also have the wrong element for this. This ain't gonna work. I have like only ammo. What is this gonna do?
Precision strike.
My reward for freaking slapping it's freaking fruit. Ain't no way that's for real. What a very worth. Why? What's the last one? Oh, got it. It's not always though. Yeah, if it was always, I would have not bothered trying doing that. I think it's like it was. I got in the ones where I get like more boxes, and I think one of them was like a common chest. But yeah, I'm gonna. What is it? Unironically, have like no iron ore. I like use all of it for crafting furniture, but yeah, we'll call it here. I'll probably go somewhere safe and just stop. We'll resume this next week. So again, I have to go to work tomorrow. So or prep for work right now. Let's see. I need to take a look at my like star roll real quick and see what how much like I really wish we data mine a little bit more. So know how much like resistance you need for your freaking tank. 'Cause I get like so annoyed when like I'm like have like I think I have like 60% like resistance or something. I still get CC'd on like my freaking tanks and star rail. Oh, let me just double check. But yeah, let me give everyone their freaking Gamba points here. But yeah, I mean it's neat. I'm actually no. We need to do. Was it Nouvelette's like character story, huh? We have to do that next time first, and then do the world exploration and world questing. Because like for some reason, freaking Genshin like freaking gatekeeping you from exploring certain regions unless you do world questing and like character story quests, which is kind of freaking annoying. So that's why like I have to resist every single urge in my body to be like a rat in this game and just loot everything. Because as soon as I come across like an object that's locked behind like lore reasons, I'm just like, fuck, man. Why are you stopping me? Let me loot to my heart's content. Let's see, 6,000 material for crafting gear right now, not bad. 6,000 pieces for crafting gear. How much does it cost to craft one solid good piece of gear is... Actually, for crafting 10, it is... 550. Oh, that's a decent amount. Boom! No audio. Muted. Then grinding. No audio needed. Let me see. Because I'm like actually curious what like... What is it? How tanky my freaking my DPS are. And not like bruiser units. So I'm like mixing up all my freaking stat points for like my freaking turn-based games. I don't think it's gonna work. For some odd reason, my game just doesn't boot out correctly. Like a potato, I guess. Yeah? That's kind of... Now they hover around like 800 to like 1,000. The ones that are built, at least. This guy has like nothing. Like sort of built, not fully built, but sort of. Then that seems kind of low for Blade though. But then again, I don't have him, and I can't really like stress test him and freaking high-end game content. Because I don't freaking have him. But like, what is it? If my freaking 3,000 like defense unit gets freaking two-shotted from a freaking ape and like end game elite content, I'm just like, I mean, I guess it's because all the max HP Blade has, right? He has like literally double like a max HP of my characters, my freaking preservation unit. So I'm just like, I can't just see the monkey one-shotting. I like the stronger version of it, not the normal one. But yeah, but I will call it a night here. I'll see everyone, what is it? Most likely next Wednesday for more Genshin for Nouvellette story, or, what is it? Pushing Grey Raven content. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is it's going to be, Genshin content. We, like, try to explore as much as we can. And then on like Thursday or Friday, we're doing Punch and Grey Raven content because they actually released like so much for it. I don't know what's wrong with gacha games where they're like, yes, let's release a roguelike mode. I'm just like, I used to like roguelikes and I freaking just lose my sanity because I'm just like praying to RNG gods to get the right item for the correct build I'm doing. I would suggest you do Nouvellette story quests. I mean, I don't think any of the story quests has fallen flat in Genshin really. There's like some that are not as interesting, but it hasn't been like awful. But yeah, I mean it's really up to. I need to see like the time locks on my other gacha games. We'll find out. Again, it's most. I'll post it on the cesspool known as freaking Twitter what game we're playing. So if you want, like I always like do that a few minutes ahead before we're gonna. You gotta be crying. I cry for no one. I will feel depressed, but I won't be crying. No. Men. Brings a tear to my eye. I think the closest I've ever been to like crying and like to a game content was like Impact Third when Tuna saw like Himiko again. I was like, oh, damn. It's just like, oh, not this. I said that too, but I mean, it's not like I'm a sociopath. I know that it's gonna be like sad, but like, just like, I'm trying to think of like other sad moments in the gacha games, and it's just like it hits hard, but I won't really cry. I'm just like, ooh, this makes me like feel really bad. I'll like be like pressed, but I won't like cry about it. Like, what is it? Like, the scene I'm describing when Tuna meets Himiko again, this is gonna be a massive spoiler for freaking anyone that plays Impact Third. I mean, actually, the character dies pretty early on, though. Like, she dies in, like, chapter, like, 6 or something. So, just if you don't, like... So, basically, imagine a character dying, and then you, like... you meet them later on. And then like you try to like there's a door where you had to leave them behind. Like you had to go through this door to leave them. Let me try to think about this so I can explain this properly. So there's like a freaking sensei teacher and student relationship, and the teacher sacrifices themselves to save their student, and then like the student goes through all these trials and tribulations. They climb through they deal with all this bullshit. And later, to like get even more power to like save their friends and a group that's about to like face like imminent doom, they had to like go through this like power crystal, which contained their teacher's like soul, like their last like embers of like their message to their like student. And then you have a choice of controlling that character to stay there, and like talk to your teacher, or you're literally forced to go through the door if you want to progress. There, yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't really cry that much, so I don't think I would in Genshin. Like, if it hits like like when you hear the voice actors feel like very depressed when they say the teacher's name and they're trying to tell them what they went through and like how they got there. I'm just like, oh fuck, that's fucking depressing as shit. And you're just like, you have to press like interact button on this door and move on. And like if you stay too long, the character that's like trying to push you forward is just like, you have to go through this door. I'm like, oh fuck, feels bad. Like, what is it? That's like the most depressing moment for me in like Impact Third. It's just like, you have to. Come on. Come on through. And that's why I'm saying if Himiko dies in Star Rail, I'm just gonna be like very depressed again. But then like Ellie dying was also really sad as well. Because she was literally sacrificed for like no reason. Because humanity just like could not figure itself out. That was also fucking like really sad as well. But yeah, it's enough of me stalling. We'll find out next Wednesday. We'll find out what we'll do. Good night, and I will see everyone next time.